The feeling of building something, it was an experience that I was like, this is where I want to spend my time because it doesn't feel like work. It's credit to Whitman School of Management because we were able to raise upwards of $100,000 through just competitions and the network here at Syracuse. It makes me realize that a lot of what we've done today wouldn't be possible without it.
Hi, I'm Miya Chorney. I'm a current student at Syracuse University. I'm here with Jack Adler, the founder of Out2Win. Jack, if you would like to start with introducing yourself to us.
My name is Jack Adler. I'm the founder and CEO of Out2Win, recent graduate of Syracuse University back in 2023. And I've been building Out2Win since 2021 when I was a junior here at Syracuse. It's really exciting just to be back here on campus and have the opportunity to connect with students and share our story.
What inspired you to start, building up your company as a junior?
So honestly, when I was a freshman, it was 2020, the pandemic just hit, and it was a crazy time to be a freshman in college. Like, we were sent home. I was stuck in my house as everyone else was at the time, but like I kind of had like a why not now moment of what if I just threw myself into the fire and started taking on different opportunities today as, a freshman in college, but as someone who had experienced a lot of different things in the classroom, even in just a year at Whitman. And so I actually initially started a fundraiser called $3 Challenge. Through the power of $3 donations, we raised over $70,000 in the span of 3 months.
Wow.
And like taking an idea that I had in the back of my head and turning it into a reality and seeing it pretty much take like social media by storm for a good few months, it instilled the confidence in me that it was possible to take an idea, to turn it into a reality. And I kind of just got a bug from there. I was like, okay, wait a second. This is pretty fun. And throughout the span of sophomore year into junior year, name, image, and likeness legislation was passed, which allows college athletes to get paid for the first time. And it was literally a fusion of all my passions between sports, marketing, entrepreneurship, all into one. I kind of just, without really knowing what I was doing, just threw myself into like, let's figure out how to do something within this lane. At that point in time, we were an agency. We were helping athletes connect with businesses for more or less for influencer marketing deals. Thanks to, a lot of the resources provided to Whitman, we were able to raise upwards of $100,000 through just competitions and the network here at Syracuse. And then after growing traction, we raised about $1.5 million to help us build stronger data intelligence within the athlete influencer marketing ecosystem.
Going from a student to a business owner, how has that journey been like?
It's surreal. And it's credit to Whitman too, because what is entrepreneurship? Like, a lot of it is stuff you learn outside of the classroom, and Whitman, it empowers you to go do that.
Yeah, the strong alumni connection has really helped me, especially within Whitman, doing some finance trips and meeting with alumni and companies in New York City. It's been really awesome and helpful.
What are you currently majoring in?
Finance and business analytics. And actually right now I'm currently in my capstone class. So speaking of entrepreneurship, that's definitely going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, and you just started it, or?
We're working on our first part of our business plan right now. I think it's really helping me learn to really collaborate with people, which is something that I've appreciated within Whitman, is just this level of collaboration, which has really helped me, especially with my previous internship. I interned at Global Atlantic / KKR Insurance in Boston this past summer. I think all of that has just really helped set me up for success for this senior year.
Out of curiosity, capstones, it's like a unique project. You're literally starting a business. How do you feel like that can set you up for what you're looking to do after school?
I think that for me, after school, the big part is taking on roles and, when it's my responsibility to do this one job and really be there for my team kind of in the real world is the same thing. Making sure that you get your job done, but also having trust in the people that you work with. And same with Capstone, having trust in my teammates that they're going to do their parts and that I'm also going to do my role, I think is something that's going to help me in the future. Do you have any advice to current students, young entrepreneurs on just, what we should be doing now being in college at this age?
Yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate the resources that exist on campus as a student in Whitman and also just Syracuse in general. Frankly, people look back and wish that they did more. They wish that they took on other opportunities. And it's really hard to think that way when you're a student, to put yourself in the shoes of someone who's no longer there. But I know that there are alumni who look back and say, I wish that I could have taken on more different opportunities, whether that be career-wise or even just personally. My advice is, just try and get involved in as much as you can for sake of making sure you leave with no regrets.
When you were a freshman, did you know exactly what you wanted to do?
Absolutely not. I mean, I came into school having zero idea what I wanted to do. I also had zero background in entrepreneurship, which is like, it's interesting to look back at now because so many, other peers, entrepreneur will be like, oh, I started a business when I was 13. I've been selling sneakers since I was in middle school. And that's not the case for me. When I came into school, I knew I wanted to be in sports. That's always been where my passion is. Same with maybe 75% of other guys, I feel like. So I mentioned this story about launching $3 challenge, and that was really the first time when, like I said, I saw an idea turn into a reality. And the feeling of building something that you created, that you own, it was an experience that I was like, this is where I want to spend my time because it doesn't feel like work.
I totally get that. Just coming in as a freshman, not knowing anything or what you want to do is the same with me. I think the Whitman on Wall Street trip really helped me. It was where we went to go see a ton of different financial firms and meet with alumni. And I think just speaking with them really helped me figure out what I wanted to do. So were there any classes or experiences outside of Whitman that really helped shape your experience?
Yeah. So I was a part of the Launchpad at Syracuse, which it's an entrepreneurial startup hub. And it's where I first went when I had this idea, this concept for Out2Win. And that area, it was filled with others working on startups, trying to build a business. And it was just like an area where you could turn around and ask someone a question and they're probably working on something similar themselves. I guess in entrepreneurship, it's lonely. Like at times it's very isolating. And at a time when I sort of felt like I needed a place to fit in my passion for it, that was the place that made me feel like, a part of something bigger than what I was building.
So we've talked a lot about just connecting with alumni. As a recent grad back on campus, why do you feel it's important for alumni to connect with students at Syracuse University?
Yeah, it's a good question because I honestly don't know because I haven't gone to other schools if it's the same way at other universities. But what I've recognized here is that there's this nostalgia and almost like jealousy on both sides. On the alumni side, it's like they want to hear, so what's new here? Like, are you still going to varsity for lunch? And then on the student side, it's a curiosity of like, what's life like after school? So like being able to kind of like create that mutually beneficial connection, they can become relationships that you can have for the rest of your life, for the rest of your career. I don't know if it's the same at other schools, but like I know at Syracuse, there's definitely just a deeper bond that's built between alums and the students here.
Absolutely. It's great advice. Thank you, Jack, for joining me today. It was great to meet you.
Thank you for having me, Miya. This is awesome.